A very good morning to everyone present here. I welcome you all to Spin a Story, an exclusive platform of public speaking. A proud initiative by St. Augustine's Day School, Barrackpore. We are elated to hold the final round for the primary section, classes 4 and 5 for the session 2021-2022. Before we begin, I would request you all to join in for a short prayer. Let us pray. Lord and Father, as we all gather here today for the special event, we thank you for all the blessings you have bestowed on our students, teachers, and parents. In gratitude, we stand before you. Sorry for the inconvenience caused. I would start with the prayer once more. Lord and Father, as we all gather here today for this special event, we thank you for all the blessings you have bestowed on our students, teachers, and parents. In gratitude, we stand before you to ask for your blessings for this day. May you honor us with the presence of your divine spirit through all the activities today. May the goals set today be achieved through your approval. May you grant your wisdom for the event. Amen. Thank you, everyone. A program must begin with a spirit of motivation and encouragement. I would like to invite upon Mrs. J. Biswas, Principal, St. Augustine's Day School, Barrackpore, to mark the beginning of the outstanding initiative. Ma'am, over to you.
Good morning to one and all present here. Now, always St. Augustine's Day School, Barrackpore. I hope I'm audible.
Ma'am, we are unable to hear from your end.
Just wait a few minutes. Am I audible, Priyanjali Miss?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you so much. So once again, good morning, and I welcome all of you to this public speaking competition for class 4 and 5. This is the final round today. Now, in St. Augustine's Barrackpore, we have always celebrated in a grand way public speaking competitions. Why? What is the reason? We have so many activities in school, but public speaking has a special corner. What is the reason for public speaking having that corner? Public speaking is very, very important, and it is the backbone of the society. I hope all students logged in here, you have heard about Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose, the great freedom fighter. Do you remember a part of his speech which says, "Give me blood and I will give you freedom"? Now, when you hear this speech today even, you feel like joining the freedom struggle, though we are free. What I meant to say is, there are speeches, there are speakers, those who speak, and they change the world. So communication to motivate others, to influence others is very, very, very important. Communication is the backbone of the society. Today, we do not only require a good leader, we require a leader who can speak well and communicate for the people. We need a good doctor who can speak well and make people comfortable in this age of pandemic. We need a good teacher who can speak well both online and offline. So students and parents, you understand that how important communication is. Now, today, students, believe me, when we are also speaking in public, there is a speech anxiety. This is a fear that everybody has. But I'm so happy, class 4s and 5s, that you have conquered the fear. It is not important. We keep on telling you, it is not important whether you win or lose. It is important that you have participated, because this is going to improve your public speaking. You can hide in a classroom, you can hide in an online class, you can sit in the last bench and let others speak today when you are in school. But what is going to happen to you when you will be working? You need to speak to get the job. You need to speak to convince others in your way of thinking. You need to speak to impress the boss to get a promotion. So you actually need to speak. And if I am getting my children ready for the future, then I have to get them ready to communicate well. The second thing is, we hope all of you become global citizens. You appreciate the cultures of the different countries. Recently, we had a collaboration with a school in Kuwait. This we did with middle school, but you will also have all these collaborations. So when we had the collaboration, we had to share our ideas with Kuwait and the children sitting there. I would like you to appreciate all cultures, because I hope all of you visit different countries in your journey of life. So if you have to do this journey, like we had a talk with the school in Kuwait, the children were speaking in English. So communication in any language has to be improved. And why especially English? Because you will become a global citizen. Share ideas with others, learn from them. So you need to learn an international language well, in which you speak well. You want to visit you.
I'm sorry for the inconvenience caused. I think there is a technical glitch from our ma'am's end. Well, ma'am was absolutely encouraging with her words. Her words have been encouraging and inspiring all through. Thank you so much, ma'am, for such encouraging words. I welcome upon Ms. Shomita Banerjee, subject matter expert mathematics, primary section, to move ahead with the upcoming proceedings of the program.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Today, we'll get to witness the performance of 30 students from classes 4 and 5 who have excelled in the individual sessions under the able guidance of Mr. Archer Roy. Sir is an English teacher and spoken English professional. An alumnus of St. Paul's, Darjeeling, he adjudged Frank Anthony Council debate. He is a spoken English professional of St. Augustine's Day School, Barrackpore. Sir, your guidance and feedback has been a source of constant motivation. With this, I would like to welcome our moderator for this grand event, Mr. Archer Roy, and request him to carry on with the proceedings of the event. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. And now that the event is about to begin, I'd like to talk about the rules of the event for the benefit of the judges, for the benefit of the students who are already aware of it, and for the benefit of all those who are watching the event. Each speaker whether in class 4 or class 5, will be getting a maximum time of 2 minutes to speak. After 1.5 minutes, there will be a warning bell. 2 minutes is when it'll end. But I would request the judges to note that in the case of classes 4 and 5, the age group of the children is between 9 to 11. And it takes a lot of courage to come up on a forum like this, a prestigious forum like this, to speak. So sometimes they might just slip through the 2-minute maximum which we have. And I'd request the judges to be a little considerate. Now we come to the judging parameters. We have 5 parameters, each one of them of 10 marks each. First, we have fluency. Then we have pronunciation and accent. The third is content and creativity. The fourth is grammar. And the last one, but very, very importantly, is poise and confidence. So we have a total of 50 marks on which these children will be judged.
50 marks से judge कर दे हमारे के.
Now I would like to hand over proceedings to Ms. Shomita Banerjee to call out the names of the class 4 participants one by one and invite them to speak. Over to you, ma'am. Before Shomita ma'am calls out the names, I would, of course, introduce the judges. Forgive me for my oversight. The first judge is somebody who's very familiar to me. He was there along with me in last year's program also. We have Mr. Nathan Gaspar Chaudhary. He's the youngest governing body member of St. Augustine's Day School, Barakpur and Shamnagar. He's an alumnus of La Martiniere for Boys School, Kolkata. He studied at St. Xavier's College, Kolkata. He is professionally certified in communication skills, Trinity College, London. And he's done an entrepreneurship course from Harvard University. He's also performed at the Academy of Magic, Los Angeles, and is a national level rower. But very importantly, right from class 3 to class 12, he has performed in every public speaking and elocution event at La Martiniere, whether dramatics, whether prose, whether poetry, and he's won them all. Welcome, Mr. Gaspar Chaudhary. Now we have our second judge. Our second judge is Ms. Swarleen Kaur. She is an eminent personality development coach. She's an international speaker who has been invited all over the world to speak. She's also an author and an educator. She is the founding director of the Talk Room. In other words, Ms. Swarleen Kaur wears many hats, and she is an eminent judge whom we are proud to welcome. Now we have our third judge. Our third judge is Ms. Meeta Mukherjee. She's a retired vice principal from Narasena Dutt College, Howrah. And she's a guest lecturer in English, of course, at Sri Shikshayatan College, Kolkata. She's a postgraduate in English, along with having an MPhil. She's also an author and a translator of many books. Welcome, ma'am. And now that I have welcomed the judges, I would like to hand over proceedings to Shomita Banerjee, ma'am, to call upon the names of the participants of class 4, one by one, as they begin to speak. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. But first, I would like you to introduce the main course of the events as to what class 4 have for the competition.
Okay, the event for today is called Spin a Story. And each participant of class 4 will be required to spin a story with objects. And I will now show you a series of pictures around which their story will have to revolve. The picture is now on your screen. Thank you. And now would Ms. Shomita Banerjee take over?
Thank you, sir. The first participant for this phase of the competition is Ayanas from 4A.
Yes, ma'am. Good morning, honorable judges, respected teachers, and my dear friends. The title of my story is The Dancing Queen. Once upon a time, there was a girl named Rosie. Rosie was fond of dancing. She also got herself trained in ballet other than Indian classical dance. Her parents also encouraged her to follow her passion for dance along with her studies. One day, when she was coming home from school, she saw an old woman near his house. She understood that the woman was a beggar. She came there to beg money for a treatment. Rosie interacted with her and understood her problem. She had great sympathy for the woman. Then she thought about helping her. After reaching home, suddenly she saw a notice of ballet dancing competition in the newspaper. She decided to participate in the competition as she was confident about her talent. Rosie appeared for the competition wholeheartedly. She won the first prize. She received a golden trophy and good amount of cash prize also. She was excited to win the trophy and decided to give away the cash to the old woman. The old woman blessed Rosie and hugged her. Rosie wept off her tears of joy and thought that the old woman's blessings was more precious than the trophy. Thank you.
Thank you, Ayana. Your speech was lovely. Your story was lovely.
Thank you, sir. Now we have Shomili Biswas of 4A.
Good morning, honorable judges, teachers, and my dear friends. Today I'm going to tell a story. The name of my story is A Proud Woman, Bella. One day, an incident happened in Delhi. An old woman's husband was expired. The old woman was very poor. The old woman has no one in her family except her small daughter, Bella. Bella loved to dance so much. So one day, Bella asked her mother, Mom, everyone go to school. Mom, why I don't go to school? Mom, I also want to go to school. Mom, please send me to the school. Her mom told Bella, I am not so good woman. I am so poor. I can't send you to the school. By hearing it, Bella was so sad. She told to her mother, Mom, you don't worry. I will do something. Her mom told, okay. One day, that night only, she thought, what should I do? She got an idea. She told to her mother, Mom, I have an idea. I can dance very good. I can dance very much and I love to dance so much. So, from today, I will dance. Her mother told, okay. After doing this hard work from many years, she was now 20 years old. She was a very cool and beautiful woman. She told to her mom that, Mom, now I am 20 years old. and now I can do many things for you. Her mother told, okay. Her mother told that, you are my beautiful daughter. Don't worry, you will got a chance to win a Bollywood. And suddenly, her mother she got a Bollywood chance to dance in a Bollywood. She danced well and the story hit and she got a trophy. The moral of the story is, with hard work, we can do all the things. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Shomali. Loved your expressions. Next, ma'am.
So we are over with 4A and now moving on to 4B. It is Shuchishmita Bachar.
Thank you, ma'am. Very good morning, respected teachers, honorable judges, and all my dear friends. Today, I am going to tell a story. The name of my story is Power of Woman. Once upon a time, there was a woman. She had given birth to a little child. The child was a girl. Everyone in her family loved the child except her grandma. The grandma don't like the child because she was girl. When the child was 3 years old, her mother thought to admit her in dance and in school. Then then her grandma told, no, you will not admit her to in school and in dance. Then her mother told, no, I will admit her. She is girl, but why she will not do? She will do. And her mother admitted her in school and in dance. The girl started learning very nicely. She started winning many certificates and trophies. Then one fine day, she got chance in India's dance competition. She danced ballet very, very well. Then she had won the first prize in that competition. And then her grandma told, I am really sorry, dear. When you was born, I did not love you because you was a girl. Then they started living very happily. So the moral of the story is, girls are equal importance to boys, and each girl have her own power. Thank you.
Thank you, Shuchishmita. And can we go over to the next participant?
The next participant is Ashmi Singh of 4B.
Good morning, honorable judges, respected teachers, and all my dear friends present today. The title of my story is Dream Becomes True. Once upon a time, there was a girl who used to live with her grandmother. She loved dancing and she also had a dream to become a big dancer. She spent all of the day in jumping and dancing here and there. Seeing this, her grandmother decided to start teaching her dance. And she also participated in many stage dance performances and won medals, prizes, and trophies. One day, while going with the grandmother for one of her stage performances, and she met a road accident in which she lost her right leg. From that day, she became very depressed. She became very depressed and she lost all hope of living. Then her grandmother decided to motivate her. She motivated her and took her to the doctor where she was fitted with an artificial leg. Little hope came to her. She became very happy that I got my leg back, and she decided that no, I will live my life as earlier I used to live. Then one day, while performing on the stage, she got an opportunity to perform in an international dance competition. Despite of having an artificial leg, she not only did very well, she also won the trophy and came first. So the moral of the story is that if we have little courage and a little hard work, we can achieve anything. Thank you.
Thank you, Ashmi. Your pronunciation was perfect. Over to the
Thank you
next
so much,
participant. Yes.
It is now time to move on to 4C, and the first participant is Jyoti Ghosh.
Okay, ma'am. Good morning, my honorable judges and my respected teachers. The title of my story is The Love of Life. Once there was a girl named Rina who lived with her grandmother. She was very talented and it was her dream that she wanted to be a great dancer. She wanted to be a great dancer. It was her dream. But her grandmother didn't have money. That's why her grandmother had saved a lot. Her grandmother had worked very hard to fulfill Rina's dream. One day, Rina had won a golden trophy and she became a great dancer. After a few days, her grandmother fell sick. But Rina didn't have sufficient money for her grandmother's treatment. So she decided to sell her trophy. When her grandmother was okay, she asked Rina, Rina, where is your trophy? And from where did you get money? Then she replied, my grandmother, for you, I had sold my trophy because my trophy is important, but not more than you. You are very much precious for me. I can win more trophies in future, but I can't lost you, my grandmother. You are very much precious for me. And after that, they lived happily forever. Thank you.
That was great, Jyoti. Loved your expressions. Thank you so much. Over to the next participant.
Then from 4C, we have Ashmi Hussain.
Yes, ma'am. Good morning to my honorable judges, my respected teachers, and my dear friends. Today I'm going to tell a story named A Hardworking Girl. Once upon a time, there lived a girl named Mika. She used to live with her grandmother. Her parents died in an accident. Because her parents died in an accident, her grandmother always be cruel to her and blamed her because of the accident. But she didn't lose hope. Her grandmother told her to do always household works, but not let her study or do her dream dancing. But Mika didn't lose her hope. She practices dancing at night when her grandmother slept. One day her grandmother woke up at night for drinking water, but saw Mihika dancing. She was very surprised, and suddenly Mihika noticed that her grandmother was there. She thought that her grandmother will beat her, but no, she was smiling that her daughter is working so hard to get her dream. And she smiled and said, Grandma, you will not scold me? Her grandmother replied, No, my dear child, I saw your hard working, but I think you should participate in the dancing competition held next month. Meka decided to participate, and the final day came. She participated in the competition and won a big trophy and lived happily with her grandmother. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ashmi. That was lovely. And can we go over to the next participant?
Yes, 4D is waiting eagerly. So the next one is Abhinanda Chatterjee.
Yes, ma'am. Good morning, honorable judges, respected teachers, and my dear friends. The title of my story is A Splendid Comeback. It was the biggest day of Richa's life. She was representing her country in the world's biggest ballet dance competition. She knew she had been brought up in utmost difficulties by her grandmother as she was an orphan. Richa, along with other representatives of other countries, was getting ready for that biggest day. Her granny was tensed, yet happy to see her granddaughter perform on such a huge international platform. The moment had arrived. It was Richa's turn to perform. Music, lights on. The judges ready with their respective evaluation papers. Richa entered with a smile, bowed, and started to perform. But suddenly, Richa felt unwell. She could not move properly. Her face was becoming pale. Her granny, seated among the audience, realized something was wrong. He immediately got up and with trembling legs, she ran as fast as she could and went by the side of the stage. Richa's eyes quickly met that old, loving grandmother standing in order to cheer her only granddaughter. Yes, she had to give her best for the sake of Granny. Suddenly, the performance changed. Her spins, moods, expressions, everything. The judge's reaction made that old lady smile. The audience started clapping and cheering by her country's name. Richa's time was over. Her performance ended brilliantly. At the end of the competition, the results were declared, and as guest, Richa bagged the first prize, a golden trophy. With tears of joy, Richa and her grandmother held the national flag high with pride and honor. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Abhinanda. And I feel the event is really taking off. We are getting some lovely stories and lovely confident performances. Next participant, please.
So now we move on to Shubhayu Mondal of 4D.
Good morning, honorable judges, respected teachers, and dear friends. Today, I'm going to say a story about the winner. There was a woman named Shalini and her daughter, Remina. Meena was really fond of dancing and she wanted to become a dancer in future. Now, she heard that there was going to be a competition in her village. Now, after seeing that, she got excited and she participated in that in that competition. Now, because of her hard work, consistency, and accuracy, she went to the finals of it. And after going to the finals of that competition, she had a hard battle with the other great dancer with her in the finals. Now, after the finals, she got the result next day only. And after seeing the results, she was really sad because she was not the winner. And after seeing this, she didn't eat for about 2-3 days. Then her mother came and told, "Dear child, you are the winner, and if you do not eat, you are going to fall sick one day." Then Meena got confused that how she's the winner. Her mother told, "You are the winner because you give your 100% and you try. And if you weren't the winner, that means you didn't try, but you are the winner because you tried and give your 100%. By listening this, she gained a lot of confidence and she became ready for the upcoming competitions. And by this, I came to the end of my story. Thank you.
Thank you, Shubhayu. That was nice. And the next participant, ma'am.
So gear up 4A because it's your turn. And we have Ritshita Chakraborty of 4E.
Yes, ma'am. Good morning, honorable judges and all my respected teachers. Today I'm going to narrate a story whose name is An Unavoidable Circumstance. Life is completely a journey of 7 ages. It begins with pleasant dreams and desires, including hurdles, and continues till the end. This is what we actually call the reality. Similarly, Sunita, a maiden of 12 years old, was born with some dreams. Since her childhood days, she dreamed of being a well-known dancer that the world wishes. But her fate and financial crisis let her remain grief-stricken in the world of competition. She was thus professed to her household chores and helped her grandmother in agricultural activities. No one could understand her concern and indomitable love for dancing that she endowed with. All of a sudden, she met her aunt, whom she shared all her feelings out of excitement. It was then she took Sunita immediately to her grandmother and managed to fulfill her long-cherished desire. She started to prove her worth in the field of dancing. It was her turning point in life when she could manage to get all the proposals from the board of directors. Her immense contribution in the field of dancing is incomparable. She was awarded the National Dance Award by the President itself. She was very happy with the award and led her life happily. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Ritshita. That was great. And the next participant, please.
Is Onik Pramanik of 4E.
Good morning, honorable judges, respected teachers, and my dear friends. The title of my story is An Old Woman and Her Dreams. Once upon a time, there lived an old woman with her granddaughter Tina in a small town. She had a dream to make her granddaughter Tina a dancer, but Tina had no interest in dancing. So she took out her diary full of memories of past days. Among all the pictures, she took out one of her dancing pictures and showed it to Tina. She remembered that moment when she got chance in all world dancing competition. She was getting nervous because it was her first big stage performance. In that competition, she got first position because of her costume and her excellent performance. She got a big golden trophy for her prize. Hearing this, Tina felt proud of her grandmother and agreed to learn dance. They both became happy. Thank you.
Okay, Ani, that was nice. Please relax. You people have earned your spot in the finals by doing exceedingly well in your respective sections, right? So these 2 minutes, which is allotted to you, these 2 minutes are yours. Nobody can take it away from you. So just go up there, relax and speak. Next participant, please.
Yes, sir. It is now the time for 4F, as the evident expression is evident on your faces. So now we'll have Anushka Chatterjee of 4F.
Thank you. Thank you, ma'am. Good morning to my honorable judges, my respected teachers, and my dear friends. Today I'm going to tell a story. The title of my story is A Fulfilled Dream. One day there was a girl named Hina. She loved dancing, but when her parents knew about this, they focused more on her marriage because in that time it was a tradition to give marriage to a girl before she turns 15. So after Hina was married, she became busy in her family and her dreams remained dreams. So after many years, she had grandchildren. There was only one granddaughter among many grandsons. And one day she observed that her granddaughter also was very well in dancing, like she was. And her granddaughter wanted to perform in the upcoming dance competition. So, when the other members of the family knew about this, they became furious and decided to give the marriage of Hina's granddaughter on the day it was the competition. So, Hina protested, but no one listened to her. So, Hina took her granddaughter secretly away from home to the dance competition, and Hina's granddaughter became first in the competition. Then Hina's granddaughter got a prize and received a lot of cash. Then, after seeing the trophy as the prize and the cash, the other members of her family realized that they should have listened to Hina and they should have focused more on the career of Hina's granddaughter like they did for the other boys. So they did the same. They focused more on the
carrier of Hina's granddaughter like they did for the other boys. And when Hina's granddaughter grew up, she became a very good dancer who was known all the world over. So at last, Hina's dream was fulfilled by her granddaughter. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And we'll move on to the next participant, please.
Yes, sir. That is Manashwini Shaha of 4F.
Good morning, honorable judges and respective teachers. Today I'm going to say a story. The title of the story is The Poor Girl and Her Dreams. Once upon a time, there is a girl named Rusha. She lived in a small village in Paris with her grandma. Her parents died in a road accident when she was very young. So she used to live with her grandma. They were very poor because they had no one to support them. Rusha loved ballet dance, but she had no money to learn dance. Her grandma was very sad because she could not teach her granddaughter to dance because she had no money. Rusha used to suffer when she saw her grandmother to suffer. Then she thought that I should income. Then she started selling flowers. The money she earned, she started learning ballet dance. Then one day she gave a big ballet dance competition in Paris, which was her and her parents' dream. And then she became the first. She gave the toffee in her grandma's hand, and then they burst into cry. The moral of the story: just believe in your dreams. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Manaswini. That was lovely. And can we go over to the next participant, ma'am?
Yes, sir. Now it is time to move on to 4G. And we have Anushribomic.
Yes, ma'am. Good morning, honorable judges, respected teachers, and my dear friends. Today I am going to tell a story. The title of my story is The Dream of a Village Girl. Once upon a time, there was a girl in a village named Lily. Since her parents were no more in the earth, she lived with her grandmother. She always dreamed that she would be a good ballet dancer. On her empty time, she saw the videos of the great ballet dancers in the YouTube in her smartphone gifted by her grandmother in her birthday. One day, it was announced in the village that a ballet dance competition will be held. Lily's grandmother knew about her dream and told her to participate on it. Lily told her grandmother, "Okay, I will be participating," and took the first prize. Lily's grandmother felt very proud with her. And when the announcer announced her name on the stage, Lily took one photo with her grandmother. Thank you.
Thank you, Anushree. That was lovely. And
Next we
next
have
participant, please.
Omkar Chaudhary of 4G.
Yes, ma'am. Good morning, my respected teachers and my dear friends. Today I'm going to tell a story about the grandma's blessing. Once there lived a grandma who was lonely in a flat. His son had moved to abroad with his family, and she felt very alone there in her flat. So one day she saw a poor girl dancing on the road, playing and dancing on the road. She called the little girl and asked, "Where is your parents?" She said that her mother was a maid and her father was a vegetable seller. She called their parents and said she wanted to admit her in a dancing school. They both agreed, and she was admitted in the dancing school after a few days. After a few years, there was a dancing competition, and she participated in the competition. And she won the first prize with a golden trophy. In the award giving ceremony, she said she was in this position only for a grandmother, and called the old lady on the stage and gave her the trophy and take her blessing. Thank you.
Thank you, Omkar. That was lovely. And we now go on to the last section of class 4.
Yes.
Ma'am?
And that is 4H. The first participant is Snigdha Biswas.
Yes, ma'am. Good morning, my honorable judges, respected teachers, and my dear friends. Today I'm going to tell a story. The name of my story is Emma's Goal. Once there was a girl named Emma. Emma's grandmother had a wish of learning ballet. So one day she told Emma, Emma, once I had a dream of learning ballet, but for some reason I couldn't learn it. So now I want you to fulfill my wish. So the next day, Emma started learning ballet. After a few years, there was a big and prestigious competition held in her town. Emma happily participated in the competition. But while practicing, her leg got badly injured. She came to her grandma and said, Grandma, I don't think I'll be able to participate in the competition with this injured leg. Her grandma was upset, but she tried to act happy. She said, It's all right, Emma, it's all right. You're first to me, not my dream or your competition. After seeing her grandma upset for a few days, Emma said to herself, No, Emma, you need to practice hard and you need to win the competition. So, in the final day of a competition, Emma danced the best with her injured leg and she won the trophy. So the moral of my story is, never lose hope. Try until you succeed. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Snigdha. I love your pronunciation, actually. And now we're down to the last participant of class 4.
Finally, to the one who was waiting with such a lot of patience. It's Aryahi Tolapatro of 4H.
Good morning, honorable judges, my respected teachers, and my dear friends. The title of my story is Grandma is Great. Once there lived a little girl who lived with her grandmother. There was no one in her family, but only her old grandmother. Her grandmother was a great dancer, but she was not able to walk without a stick. Her granddaughter was very fond of dancing and wanted to learn a ballet dance. Then one day she heard that there would be a very big dance competition held in the town. She asked her grandmother to register her name for the competition. But her grandmother said, No need to participate for the competition, and I will not register your name for the competition. Then the girl became very sad and angry with her grandmother. She started crying. She said, You are old. You do not love me. You do not know anything about dance. Her grandmother said that today I will tell my life story. Her life story was that she lost her leg by an accident, by which she had to leave dance forever. But she said, I will train you to become the best dancer in the town, and I will register your name for the competition. Soon the little girl was trained and became the best dancer in the town, and she won the competition and won a golden trophy and the golden medal. She called her grandmother in the stage and shared her prize with her. Thank you.
Thank you, Aryahi. That was great. I loved your hand movements and your expressions. I'm sure the judges were as enthralled as I was after listening to these children, most of whom are between 9 and 10 years old. spinning their tales, spinning their stories out in this forum. I'm really proud of you children. I think it takes a lot of courage to speak at a public forum like this. And I think all of you performed majestically. And in my eyes, all of you are winners. And now I'd like to introduce the event for class 5. The picture now on your screen is the picture around which class 5 will spin their tales, will spin their stories. And now I'd like to hand over proceedings to Miss Priyanjali Vej, my co-anchor out here, to take you through class 5. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. It has been a wonder and pride to hear to the wonderful stories spun and told. Thank you, children, for such mesmerizing sense of creativity. Our first participant from class 5, section A, Srishidas.
Excuse me, ma'am. I'm very sorry to interrupt, but due to some technical glitches, my background was really messed up. So I'm really sorry for that.
It's okay. It's okay, dear. You be on me. Thank you. I call upon Srishidas from class 5, section A to be on the main screen.
Good afternoon, honorable judges, respected teachers, and my dear friends. I am Srishidas from class 5, section A. Today, I'm here to tell a story, The Dreaming Dog. Once upon a time, a little boy lived with his dog called Toby. His dog was a very faithful, caring, and loving dog. One day, the little boy returned from his school. It was almost afternoon, and he was searching for Toby. Where is he? I can't see him. So he went on searching here and there, but there was no sign of Toby. Then suddenly he entered his room and found Toby dreaming and like sleepy way. Then he slowly went close to him and asked, "Hey, Toby." Then Toby got scared and bumped his head. Then Toby got up and said, "Oh, you came back. I didn't even realize I was sleeping." He said, "Oh, during the afternoon you were sleeping? In the other days, you always mess up the house. Either you run here and there or yell or make it like a fish market. So now you are sleeping?" They said, "Oh, I'm so sorry." Then the boy asked his little dog, "What were you dreaming of? Something interesting or something good?" Then Toby said, "I was dreaming of something that is very bad. It's very worse." They said, the boy is very sadly told, "Okay, I know it will be very sad for you to tell it, but can you tell me what is your dream?" Then the little Toby told his dream, that "I dreamt that I am being in a school. I'm going to school and studying. And the teacher asked me a question, but I couldn't answer the question. And the teacher told me to get out of the class. I was very sad and very much embarrassed by my friends because they were laughing that you couldn't answer a simple question." Then I went out of the class. So this was my dream. Then the little boy said, "Okay, so this was your dream. Okay, it's pretty sad, but okay, nothing will happen. Just imagine how it would be to study in a school." Then the dog was really surprised and told, I'm going to study in a school? That's not possible." Then the little boy told, Why is not possible? What's the matter?" Then the dog said, "You are a human and I am an animal. How am I going to study in a human school?" And the boy really laughed and said, "You are not going to study in a human school, my dear. You're going to study in an animal school." The dog was really much confused. "I'm going to study in an animal school?" He said, "Yeah, you are going to study in an animal school." And okay, then he
Then the little boy told his parents that, no, my pet Toby dreamed that he is studying in a school. Then his parents, oh, really? He's dreaming that he is studying in a school? Fine, so what have you decided? The little boy said, what can I just like help him? Just let him study in a school? It's okay, that would be really nice. And it's so kind of you to let your little dog go to school. I said, yeah, if you can register him for the school. I said, yeah, sure, why not? Then from next day, the dog and the little boy went to school every day. He was really obedient. The little dog did all his homework very properly and very sincerely. And every day he came back from school and said, I didn't got punished. The dream that I had, I think that's a nightmare. Maybe it's afternoon, but still it's nightmare. But I think I'm really doing good in the school. Thank you.
Thank you, Shreyoshi, but I'd like to remind all participants that they must keep a close watch on the time. I mean, we just had a participant who spoke for more than double the minutes allotted, more than double the time allotted to her. Next participant, ma'am.
Yes, the next participant from class 5, section A is Rohini Chaudhary. Rohini, please be on the main screen.
Yes. Good afternoon, honorable judges, respected teachers, and my dear friends. Today I'm going to say a story. The title of my story is Shayoni and his dog. Jimmy is an 1 year old split, which is a kind of dog breed. She is a beautiful white colored dog. Right now weighs 12 kg. Jimmy is a really happy dog and loves going for a walk and run on the ground playing with balls.
I'm sorry to stop you in between, but we cannot see you. Please, if you can switch on your camera and start from the beginning.
Yes, ma'am. My camera is on, ma'am.
Yes, now you are visible. Please start.
Okay. Okay, ma'am. Good afternoon, honorable judges, respected teachers, and my dear friends. Today I'm going to see a story about the Shayoni and her dog. Jimmy is an 1 year old split, which is a kind of dog breed. She is a beautiful white colored dog. Right now weighs 12 kg. Jimmy is a really happy dog and loves going for a walk and run on the ground playing with balls. One rainy day, Jimmy was dozing on the couch and thinking about how bored she was and how much she wanted the rain to end so she could go outside and play. Just then the clouds moved and the sun rose bright and strong. Jimmy scratched at the back door and her owner, Shayoni, let him out into the backyard to play. Shayoni noticed another dog walking by the road with her owner. The dog was totally trained. Whatever the owner was telling the dog was doing that, and she liked that very much. After they came back to the house, she decided to give Jimmy a training. The next day, Shayoni started teaching Jimmy some new things, like when to sit, when to stand, shake her hands, and many other things, such things. After 1 month, Jimmy training was almost complete, and Jimmy knew many things, and that made Shayoni very happy. Thank you. The story ends here.
Thank you, Rohini. I think your camera was malfunctioning. I'd request the judges to consider her case, because now I can see you clearly, but I'm sure none of us could see you throughout the story, which tells upon the 10 marks allotted to confidence and poise. Anyway, I've requested the judges to consider your case. We move on to the next participant.
Yes, our next participant from class 5, section B, Nandini Biswas. Nandini, please be on the main screen.
Yes. Good morning, honorable judges, my dear friends and teachers. Today,
I'm going to say a story. The story name is The Dog Who Wanted to Go to School. Once upon a time lived a beautiful and intelligent dog named Scooby-Doo. Every day he saw his master going to school. One day, after returning from school, Sam told Scooby-Doo, "I'm very tired from returning from school." Scooby-Doo looked at Sam, all confused. Sam understood that Scooby-Doo didn't understand what Sam was talking about. So Sam told, "Oh, Scooby-Doo, I'm talking about a place known as school where I go to study. And I also have a lot of fun there." Then Scooby-Doo understood what Sam was talking about. Then, after explaining what a school is to Scooby-Doo, Sam told Scooby-Doo, "I'm very hungry. Let's go have lunch." After lunch, both took a nap. Scooby-Doo was dreaming that he was in Sam's school and that he won a lot of prizes and answered all the questions right. Then Scooby-Doo and Sam woke up. Sam studied a little. Then Sam and Scooby-Doo went to have dinner with everyone. Then they both slept. The next day, in the morning, Sam came from school and started training with Scooby-Doo for the dog show at his school. The day arrived. Sam was quite nervous. Then, after the show ended, the winners were announced by the judges, and it was Scooby-Doo. Scooby-Doo and Sam was very happy. Then they took the trophy and went home. The moral of my story is never give up on your dreams. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Nandini. That was a lovely story. And can we move on to the next participant, please?
Yes, sir. The next participant is from class 5, section B, Sriparna Ghosh. Sriparna, please be on.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, can you see me?
Yes. I think there is some technical glitch from her end. With your permission, sir, can we move on to the next participant and we'll give her a chance later on when she's back?
Absolutely, ma'am.
So my kind request to the judges to give Sriparna Ghosh a chance later when she comes back. With this, we are moving on to our next participant from 5C, Samiksha. Samiksha, please be on the main screen.
Yes, ma'am. Good afternoon, honorable judges, teachers, and my dear friends. Today, I would like to say a story. The title of my story is Little Smart Mind. A child named Ravi loved going to school. He was a brilliant student and helpful. Ravi also had a dog who loved and cared Ravi, and Ravi also loved him. The dog's name was Litty. Litty was very intelligent and followed Ravi whenever he did something interesting. Litty followed Ravi. Every day, Litty followed Ravi. What did he did in the morning after waking up so early in the morning? After waking up so early in the morning, when Ravi wakes up in the morning, Litty smelled and followed him. After a few days, Litty found out that Ravi every day went to school. Litty became very sad and thought, why couldn't I go to school? I'm also very intelligent like Ravi. So why? When Ravi returned home, that he saw that his dog was very sad. He asked her what happened. But of course, Litty can't speak like humans. But she sure could express herself by doing certain acts and telling Ravi what happened. Then Litty pulled Ravi's bag, and in a second, Ravi understood what happened to Letty. So then, Ravi told his parents what happened to Letty, and his parents found a dog school and admitted Letty there. And so Letty was a brilliant among all the students, all the dogs in the school. Thank you.
Thank you, Samiksha. That was lovely. And we move on to the next participant.
Before we move on to the next participant of class 5C, I would like to know if Shriparna is back and she can hold.
Yes, ma'am. I am there.
Thank you. Please begin.
Ma'am, should I start?
Yes.
Good afternoon, honorable judges, respected teachers, and my dear friends. Today I'm sharing a wonderful experience with my pet. My pet, Elvis, is a dog. Recently I'm observing that Elvis is behaving something unnatural. Usually, he used to roam around our entire house and used to bark again and again on sweeping the stages during the calling bell. I felt quite disturbed during my online classes. He jumped over here and there aggressively, chews the bones and spills over all my toys here and there, and also makes my mom quite angry. But a few days back, I observed that my Elvis is very calm and quiet. He is remaining very silent. He is no more playing with the bones and not even barking while the calling bell is ringing. Now he sits in front of me and observes me curiously while I'm attending my online classes without making any noise. Yesterday, I was surprised to see that he was poking my books and copies when I left out from the room. At night, when I was going to bed, he was sitting idle, facing my laptop. He may be thinking to join classes and to be a good student with me. I know. I think my dog is much sincere in studies than what I am, and for so I might be very happy. But suddenly, I heard my dog barking, and I realized that it was just a dream. Oh, what a wonderful dream that was. Wish it ever came true. Thank you.
Excellent. That was excellent, Shriparna. And we move on to the next participant.
The next participant from class 5, section C, Ishani Das. Ishani, please be on the main screen.
Good afternoon to honorable judges, respected teachers, and my dear friends. Today, I am going to tell a story. The title of my story is The Intelligent Dog. There was a dog named Tommy. He had an owner, a little girl named Rini. Rini was a really intelligent girl. She could easily answer many difficult mathematical equations. Tommy was really amazed by her ability. He also wanted to solve equations like her. So he watched her doing solving equations. He always dreamt about going to a school and studying there. But he knew he wouldn't be able to go to a school because he was a dog and nobody would understand his language. One day, Rini noticed that her dog was acting unusual. He was really upset and didn't eat anything. So Rini decided to observe her dog for a few days. She noticed that whenever she studied mathematics, her dog would always be near her and watch her to do so. She thought that, does her dog want to do that? Does her dog also want to solve equations with her? So one day she decided to put 3 sticks and 5 sticks separately in front of her dog. Her dog looked at it and then took out 8 sticks and placed it below the sticks that previously Rini placed. And Rini was surprised that her dog could also do that. Her dog could also solve equations. So she did it again. She placed 5 sticks and another 5 sticks. And then the dog the dog took out 10 sticks and placed it beneath the 5 sticks. And then Rini realized that her dog could also do equations. But Rini knew that he was a dog, so he couldn't be able to go to a school. But she knew that he would be able to go to a talent show and show her talent to everyone. From that day on, Rini and her dog always practiced mathematics and never lost their hope for going to a talent show. Thank you.
It's muted. Okay. Thank you, Ishani. And can we move on to the next part?
Yes, sir. Next participant from class 5, section D, Archit Mukherjee. Archit, please be on the main screen.
Before Archit begins, 1 minute, please.
Okay, sir.
Before Archit begins, I'd like to remind all participants, I probably should have mentioned it in the beginning, but I had decided not to. The judges are very experienced, and anybody found reading either from a paper or from a Word document will be penalized. So please speak with your own language. Thank you. You may carry on, Archit.
Good afternoon, honorable judges, respected teachers, and my dear friends. Today, I'm going to narrate a story. The name of the story is Sweet Little Bob. Clement was a little boy who lived with his parents in the small town of Orlando. As Clement grew up, their dog Bob became his constant companion. Clement was very kind to his dog and always stayed with him. The only time when Clement couldn't stay with Bob was his school hours. Bob waited eagerly for him to receive him from the school. In the evenings, when Clement studied for his next class, Bob listened attentively to what Clement read. One day, Clement was tired to death and fell asleep on his bed. Silently, Bob brought Clement's book and tried to read it. After many failed attempts, Bob felt asleep too. In his dream, Clement saw that he was inside the classroom, successfully answering to the multiplication table asked by the teacher. From that day, intelligent Bob had the idea of staying mentally with Bob outside the gate of the school by reading the multiplication table and answering it successfully to the teacher with the classroom with Bob. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Archit. That was lovely. And the next participant, please.
Yes, the next participant from class 5, section D is Shomdatta Muhuri. Shomdatta, please be on the main screen.
Yes, ma'am. Good morning, my honorable judges, teachers, and my dear friends. Today, I am going to tell a story. The name of the story is The Wish Came True. Once upon a time, there lived a dog. His name was Tom. He was really smart and intelligent. He was smart among all the dogs in the society. Tom had a really good dream. He wanted to be the most smartest dog in the whole city or maybe the whole country. But he was really sad because there were no schools, colleges, or universities for dogs. So Tom always was sitting in a corner and shouting for help. So, but he was a pet. A boy named Rahul pet him. Rahul was really sad because Tom was always sitting in a corner and shouting. So Rahul finally understood then that why Tom was sad. He was sad because he wanted to learn. He wanted to talk like humans did. He wanted to learn math, science, and English like humans. Rahul was really feeling really guilty because he did not teach him for so many months after he pet him. Rahul then started to teach Tom how to read, write, and say things. Since Tom did not know how to talk, he only read how to write. And finally, after years, there was a most better dog competition in their society, and Tom won that. Tom was really happy, and so was Rahul. And the whole family, including Rahul, was really proud of Tom for being the best pet in the whole country. Thank you.
Thank you, Shomdatta. And once again, a request to participants, please keep a close watch on the time. Otherwise, there will be a major spillover. Next participant, please.
Yes, sir. The next participant is from class 5, section E, Snigdha Ghosh. Snigdha, please be on the main screen.
Yes, ma'am. Good afternoon, honorable judges, respected teachers, and my dear friends. Today, I'm going to share a story on a dog. I have a dog named Rocky. He's always watching me while I do online classes, study my homework every day. One day, I saw that he was sitting beside my bed, and I was very tired after so many online classes, so I slept. Then suddenly, he was sitting beside my bed, and I thought that he was dreaming that he was going to my school, answering all the questions like me. And after coming back from my school, he was doing all my homeworks too. I was very surprised. And then I asked my dog, "How you are doing?" Then suddenly I woke up and saw that my dog was barking beside me. Then I realized that I was just having a dream. After so many thoughts, at last I realized that my dream and my dog dreams was similar, that I was also eagerly waiting when our online classes will start. And that day, I thought the funny moment is that my dog and me was similar. I don't have any dog. That was just a dream. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Snigdha. And we now will have the next participant.
From 5E, we have Indrakhi Nyogi. Indrakhi, please be on the main screen.
Yes, ma'am. Good afternoon to my honorable judges, respected teachers, and my dear friends. Today I'm going to narrate a story. The title of my story is Dreams Are Dreams. Ronnie is an 8-year-old boy who is good at study. Most of the time in a day, he likes to study. He has a pet dog named Johnny. When Ronnie is free, he likes to play with Johnny instead of going outside and playing with his friends. When Ronnie studies, Johnny sits beside him, and when Ronnie goes to sleep, Johnny sleeps on his bed in the same room. Johnny and Ronnie can't live without each other. One night, they both were sleeping when Ronnie woke up to an unusual sound coming from somewhere. He woke up and saw that Johnny's bed was empty. Where did Johnny go? What happened to him? He thought. Then he started looking here and there. He found Johnny sleeping on a mat, and the unusual sound was coming from his mouth. Ronnie went up to him and tried to understand what Johnny wanted to say. As they spent most of the time together, Ronnie could easily understand what Johnny tried to say. It seemed that Johnny was having a dream that he has went to a school and doing his math class. Ronnie understood that when he went to school, Johnny missed him very much. So he spent all day in the house without doing anything. Ronnie then woke up Johnny and put him in his bed. Then they both fell asleep. Thank you.
Thank you, Indrakhi. And we now move on to the next participant.
Yes, sir. From class 5, section F, Nilakshi Datta. Nilakshi, please be on the main screen.
Yes, ma'am. Good morning, honorable judges, respected teachers, and my dear friends. Today, I will narrate a story titled Calvin and Bruno. Calvin was a very cheerful and an active boy. He lived with his family members and his pet dog Bruno on the countryside. But Calvin didn't like to go to school. His parents and teachers always made him understand to take his studies seriously and not neglect it. But he just ignored them. On the other hand, his pet dog Bruno always daydreamed to go to a school. But he didn't have the opportunity because he was a dog. One day, Bruno observed that he wanted to go to school but didn't have the opportunity, while Calvin could go to school but he didn't wanted to study. So Bruno prayed to God and said, please make him realize that it is not easy for everyone to go to school and he has the opportunity, so he should study properly. After that, they both went asleep because it was late. After that, Calvin had a dream. In his dream, he saw that there were many homeless and poor kids that couldn't go to school, but they were very talented. He even saw in his dream that his dog always daydreamed of going to school. So he felt very bad. And when he woke up in the morning, he promised to himself that he should be grateful that he has an opportunity to go to school. And he promised to himself that he would study very hard from now on. He studied very hard, and when he graduated from school, he opened a school for homeless kids and poor kids who wanted to study in school, and it was cost of free. And he also opened a dog school in which he trained the dogs new tricks and fulfilled his dog's dreams. After that, he and his family lived happily, with their pet dog Bruno. The moral of the story: you should be grateful for what you have. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Nilakshi. We are down to our last three participants.
Now, from 5F, Pratik and Gupta. Pratik on the main screen, please.
Good afternoon, honorable judges, teachers, and my dear friends. Today, I'm going to tell a story named The Dog Who Loved His Owner Very Much. Once upon a time, there lived a boy named William. He was very lazy, indisciplined, notorious, and laid back. When he returned from school, he threw all his accessories here and there and went to sleep. He slept all through the day. So, after seeing his attitude, their parents brought a well-trained dog who did all the works of William. It was the story of one day when the dog saw that William was sleeping all through the day. The dog thought, oh, what a pleasure could be if I could help my master by studying and doing his homework. But the dog thought that, alas, I can't do that. And he thought that if I can express my thoughts to my master. When William woke up, the dog said to expressed to William. William was very happy to know that his dog was so faithful and loving to him. From then, William started studying hard and passed the exam very well. William became a good boy. Thank you.
Thank you, Pratik. You speak in a lovely manner, actually. Very confident. And now we come down to the next participant.
Next participant from class 5, section G, Bhageshri Mazumdar. Bhageshri, please be on the main screen.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, may I start?
Yes, dear, please start.
Good afternoon, honorable judges, respected teachers, and my dear friends. Today I'm going to share my personal experience. I have a pet. He is very lazy. But whenever I sit for study, somehow he can feel it and comes and sit on my lap. Not only for me, it also happens with my sister. One day he was very upset. So I pat him and sat for study. Suddenly he looked at me and came and sat on my books. When I moved him from there to his soft bed, he didn't like it and again came and sat on my books. And not only that, whenever I sit for online classes in the morning, he comes and sit on my lap. But that time he don't want to sit on my books because I think he can understand that my classes are going on. And I also think that if cats, dogs, and every animals could learn new things, study in school, just like humans, they would be very happy. Thank you.
Thank you, Bhageshri. And now we've come to the last participant of class 5.
Class 5, section G, Sharushot Bandopadhyay. Sharushot, please be on the main screen.
Yes, ma'am. Am I audible?
Sharushot, please begin.
Ma'am, am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Okay, ma'am. Good afternoon, honorable judges, teachers, and my dear friends. Today, I will narrate a story. The name of my story is The Dog Who Loved Maths. Once upon a time, there was a boy named Jim. He was roaming in his neighborhood. But then, after some time, he saw a dog who was in a carton.
The dog seemed very thin and feeble. Jim felt pity. He took the dog home, fed it, nursed it, and took care of it. After 1 month or two, the dog and his friendship became very strong. It was Jimmy's birthday. His father took him to the circus. Jim also took his dog with him. There was a show where an elephant was doing maths on a blackboard. The dog wondered, what was it? He asked Jim. Jim said, stop barking, but the dog didn't listen to him. Jim said in his ears, stop barking. I will teach you all this when we go home. After the circus, when they went home, Jim had his dinner. He told the dog that the elephant was doing is called maths. There are many things like plus, minus, multiplication, and division. Tomorrow I will teach you. In the dead of the night, Jim woke up with some sound. He saw that his dog was asleep, but he was uttering something. He went to his dog, woke him up, and asked, do you have any problem? Why are you uttering? The dog said, no, I learned maths. 1 plus 1 is equals to 2. Thank you.
Thank you, Saraswat. And now we finished with the participants of both classes 4 and 5. I'd like to thank Priyanjali ma'am for taking us through the proceedings, as well as Shomita ma'am earlier. And now I will request the judges to individually voice their thoughts and opinions on what they've just witnessed and heard. I'll first call upon Ms. Meeta Mukherjee to say a few words. Over to you, ma'am. Ms. Are you there? Perhaps we can go back to her later. And I would request Ms. Walleen Kaur to say a few words.
Good afternoon, everyone. Am I audible and visible?
Absolutely, ma'am.
Thank you so much. Well, it was a pleasure indeed listening to all these students. For me, all of you are winner. Reaching here, speaking on a platform is actually not easy. Trust me. And if you've got the guts to do so, you all are winners in all your aspects. Storytelling. Let me talk a little about this today. You all were amazing. You all did a very good job, a commendable job, I must say. I would definitely like to give you certain things. In fact, if you could just open your windows, I have something to give to all of you, which I got as a student of public speaking, which made me rise up to an international champion 2019, to be a TEDx speaker, to be an international speaker today. I've got that mantra, which I would definitely like to give to all the students present here. So if you could open your windows for a moment, I am going to give you and leave you with a little gift. Are you all ready? Well, if you open your hands, I'm going to send a lot of P's today. Now, I call it a P-cube formula for public speaking, which means practice, practice, and practice. Remember, a good storyteller is not one who just tells a story. A good storyteller is one who shows the complete show. One can visualize in front of the eyes what is happening. That's what a good storyteller does. If I start talking like I am a girl, it's not gonna leave an impact. But if I say, oh yeah, I'm a girl, what did you notice? Always practice this 7:38:55 formula. Though you're quite young for it, but I think you're quite intelligent to learn this. It's only 7% of the content that matters. 38% of your voice modulation that matters. And 55% is the body language that matters. So as a matter of fact, when you're speaking, don't speak from your vocal cords. Speak from your core. That's just right below your heart, your diaphragm. That's your core. Speak as if you're there to express. If it's surprise, it should show on your face. That feeling has to be there. If it's a happiness, your smile. Smile is so infectious. So whenever you're on the stage, keep on smiling and don't read. Come on, you all are the masters of your scripts. I don't know what you've written in your script. So you don't need to read or fumble that, oh my God, I forgot. I never knew what was there in your script. So be firm, be assertive when you're speaking. That's what matters. But today, I think you all were awesome, amazing. And I really love the kind of spirit that you all were carrying today. I'm so privileged to be here. Thank you, Principal Ma'am, the President, the staff members who invited me and gave me the opportunity. It was quite difficult to judge you, to be honest. But yes, it was a privilege and it was such an honor to hear you all today. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. I hope the students were listening carefully, that when you are in this particular age group, the vivacity, the energy, the enthusiasm must all come out. Do not get nervous on stage. Just relax and speak with your heart, speak with your core, as she said. And now I'd like to call upon Mr. Nathan Gaspachaudhary to say a few words.
Good morning, teachers, SMEs, the moderator, and most importantly, my dear students and my fellow judges. First of all, I would like to tell each and every one of you students as to how incredibly impressed I am with how every single one of you performed. Whether in the way each and every one of you spun your story so wonderfully. It is true when they say that a child's creativity knows no bounds. As our moderator, Mr. Arjun has stated, that I have been doing public speaking and elocution, dramatics, etc. ever since I was 7, 8 years old. In fact, when I was your age in school, even I did elocution, and sure, I won those events, but I will share a little secret. When I was your age, the piece I was saying was actually very, very simple poetry, which I would get from a lovely book by Vikram Seth, and I used to read those poems. But you students, you are able to look at a picture and you're able to create your own script. And with your own script, you're able to add expression, voice modulation, your fluency, your diction, and most importantly, the poise, confidence, and the charisma with which you're able to deliver your speech, which basically means at the stage you are, at your age, you're already much ahead of what I was when I was your age, which is incredible. Something else, which I believe it is very important for me to point out, which I was thoroughly moved by, was that the students here are from classes 4 and 5. And the class 4s, in their speeches, they brought up so many issues regarding the oppression and the discrimination women and girls have when they are growing up, and how they aren't allowed to focus on their careers, aren't allowed to do what they want to do, even though they're incredibly talented in their fields, and how more importance is given to boys and men. I am very, very, very happy that students of your age can identify these things, and you have chosen the public speaking platform as a forum to voice your opinions. It truly shows that we as a generation are slowly improving, and the problems that you spoke about in your pieces, surely when it is our time to run this country, these problems will be something of the past. So I would like to thank the school to invite me here for a second time, and I'm thoroughly impressed. And I hopefully you heard all the tips and pointers that Ma'am Kaur so very kindly gave each and every one of you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Gaspar Chaudhary. And yes, I do agree with him that children today, even though I used to speak in school as well, I mean, I'm really, really amazed at what these kids can do. Looking at a picture just 1 hour ago and then spinning a tale around it with such mature content is something that amazes me. And now I would once again call upon Ms. Meeta Mukherjee to say a few words. Ma'am, are you there?
Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, kindly, if you can unmute yourself.
We can't hear you, ma'am.
Again?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you. Actually, I don't think I'm a storyteller and I'll never be able to match up with these children. They were amazing, just amazing. They were so smart, so vocal, and so well articulated. They just, I was just blown up. My mind just blew up. It was beautiful and it was wonderful judging them. Actually, I couldn't judge them at all because they were smart, because they were innovative, expressive, all the adjectives I can add on to. Moreover, what is actually bugging me is, I think all of them are winners. I just can't say this child has scored more or that child hasn't. It's impossible. Children are so dear, and everyone's children, everyone has his own child, and everyone wants the child to do well. So it is not, I don't think it's quite advisable to grade them. It's not, it should not be done, I think. Anyway, since it is a competitive thing, we'll have to declare somebody or other. So it's okay for me, but I have done this with great pleasure, and I was just bogged down by the confidence, the amount of confidence, the amount of ideas these children spun. They had so many things to say, and we as adults, we generally don't actually give any importance to what they want to say. And what I liked about them is, in the second part, the class 5 children, they wanted the dogs to go to school. And I was wondering whether they like going to school or they dislike going to school, because they wanted the dogs to go to school. They wanted us to understand the dog's language and such things. Anyway, it was a lovely experience and I just loved every bit of it. That's I think all that I have to say. And I don't suppose I can go on forever because I'm a lecturer. So anyway, their stories, their wonderful tales, their innovative ideas, and the way they express themselves, all these things deserve due credit. And I think the school has done a wonderful job. I must thank the school, the authorities, and everyone concerned with it, and the children, of course. So thank you so much for this thing.
Thank you so much, ma'am. It's a privilege to have you here with us. I'd like to thank all the judges for sparing their valuable time and listening to the children so patiently. I'm sure it was a rewarding experience as well. And while we wait for the results to be collated, which will take a couple of minutes, I'd just like to talk about this initiative which the school has taken up. You see, education doesn't end, the responsibility of a school does not end in class 12 with the ISC examinations or the CBSE examinations. Preparing a student for the future is what's important. And the visionaries of the school, the president and CEO, decided to take up spoken English and public speaking as a compulsory subject for every single student, so that these children, when they pass out of school, would be capable of handling themselves confidently anywhere they go, whether they are studying in India, whether they are studying abroad, whether they have taken up a job in any multinational, they would be confident young individuals. And that is the initiative which the school has taken and has taken so successfully, as you could see from the participants. Later on, after a short break, we will have slightly older participants of the middle school, classes 6, 7, and 8, and you'll be able to witness some more amazing performances. Thank you once again to the judges. And now I'd like to hand over proceedings to Priyanjali ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. Now, I sincerely call upon Mrs. Janet Gaspar Chaudhary, President, the St. Augustine Education Society, to enlighten this moment of spectacular innovation with her ever-guiding words. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Priyanjali Miss and everyone else. I'm really impressed to see, to hear all you students. I'm not as good a storyteller or a speaker as all of you. So on this online platform, I have a little bit of difficulty. So what I would request, and I'll give you 30 seconds to do it, if all the students of class 4 and 5 who have participated can please put on your cameras, I would like to see everybody. Thank you. I really miss seeing all of you in the school. And at least now online, I can see some of you. I wish some of the others can also put on their cameras so that I can see all of them. So first, I would like to congratulate each one of you for all the preparation you have done in order to speak so wonderfully. And you have already heard the judges commend each one of you. The second thing I want to tell you is how much of effort you and your parents and everyone has taken. I can see behind all of you, you have a chart paper where you have written St. Augustine Day School, Barrack Post, pin a story, public speaking. That means you can draw and write so beautifully as well as you can speak. All of you are sitting in front of a chart. I can see Ashmi has even put a picture along with what she has written. Well done, Ashmi Singh. Very, very
Thank you so much, ma'am.
And now, I know you have heard and they have introduced me and they are saying that, okay, the president is going to speak. Do you know what is my relation with St. Augustine? Anybody can answer? Why am I here? Anyone?
Yes, ma'am. Your father is founder of our school.
Very good, Jyoti, right? Your name is?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Jyoti. My father, whose picture you see in this the school, he is also the founder. And you know, today, he would be very, very proud of each one of you. And I'll tell you why. There are two reasons. The first reason is, as a student of class 4 and class 5, the kind of courage and confidence you have demonstrated to come on a screen and speak extempore, literally extempore, because you just saw a picture and then you started spinning a story. This was not possible in the earlier years. And he would have been so proud to see all you little Augustinians doing this in such a fantastic international standard manner. So that is one major congratulations to all of you. And there is a second point. The second point will make all of you very happy. I know some of you, your parents are next to you because I can see you looking here and looking there at your parents. So if your parents are next to you, ask them to come next to you, because the next thing that I'm going to tell you, it is also because of your parents. Why my father, the founder, would have been so proud of you and all your parents, because today, in the Times of India paper, there are the results, just like you get examination results. Today in the Times of India paper, there is a result of an annual survey that has been done of all the schools in West Bengal. And in 24 Parganas, where we are, do you know what St. Augustine's Day School, Barrackpur has ranked? Yes, Sriparna, first.
Ma'am, first.
Yes, Sriyoshi. The school that you studied in has come first in North 24 Parganas. And it is the top 10 schools in all of West Bengal. You all must see it. You must share it with your friends and your family, and you must say, I am proud to be in St. Augustine. But do you know, getting this rank, who is responsible? Each of you and your parents. You are responsible that we at St. Augustine's can get this rank because of all the hard work and all the achievements that you students do. Coming to a program like this, Spoken English, whole year you are learning, studying, and you are preparing for it, and then you are doing this. No other school does this. And there are so many other activities that now we have started in the ABC curriculum, and sports and otherwise. All of this is given to you to excel. All the programs we have, and we'll be launching another surprise for you very soon. Just keep watching. One more surprise is coming in the sports area. So when you all come back to school, you will see how many things are there for you. And because each one of you participate, work hard, bring such good results, not only in academics, but in other areas also. Academics is only one thing. There is sports, there is drama, there's elocution, there's public speaking. That is why our school is number
1.
First.
So can all of you give yourselves a big clap, because you all are so good and you all have done so well in everything. So irrespective of who comes first or second or third in this spoken English program, please remember you are part of a school that is number 1, and you are very important in our school. Everything you do is very important in our school. And all the support that your parents give us, all the encouragement your parents give you so that you can come and study in this school, that is why we are number 1. So congratulations to all of you students for doing this so beautifully. Thank you for putting on your videos. I'm so happy to see all of you. Everyone, it's beautiful to see the children. So congratulations once more, and I look forward to seeing all of you in school once the government gives us permission to call you. Okay, thank you and bye.
Thank you so much, ma'am. We are overwhelmed with your words of encouragement. We are now approaching to the most important part of this program. Guess what? Yes, the results, the winners. Let me tell you, participation is more important. Winning is just a part of the process. It requires for intense self-motivation to speak on random topics in front of an intellectual audience. We are proud of you. Over to Mr. Arya Roy to declare the final results.
Okay, so this is something all the participants are eagerly waiting for. We will begin with class 4. In the second runners-up position, we have joint winners. Number 1, Jyoti Ghosh and Obinanda Chatterjee. Joint winners in the second runners-up. Now we move on to the first runners-up slot. And we have Snigdha Biswas of class 4, section H. And finally, the winner. The winner is Ashmi Singh of class 4, section B. We now move on to class 5. Taking the second runners-up slot is Bhageshri Majumdar of 5G. Then you have the first runners-up, Sriporna Ghosh of 5B. And finally, the winner, Pratik Sengupta of 5F. Congratulations to you all. It was a wonderful performance indeed. But yes, the rest of you were also magnificent. And now I would like to hand over proceedings to Ms. Shomita Banerjee to take you till the end.
Thank you so much, sir. And once again, congratulations to all my dear children. Sir, of course, it is your hard work that has borne fruit. Thank you so much once again for conducting the program and also declaring the results. The stressful period being now over, now I can detect the smile on their faces. With this, I would like to welcome our Vice Principal Ma'am, Mrs. Shweta Ray, to deliver the vote of thanks.
Thank you, Shomita Miss, and good afternoon to everyone. Congratulations, students. Yes, as all of us said, all of you are winners, because it is very important to come on this stage and speak confidently, which you people have done, all of you have done successfully. And of course, heartiest congratulations to the winners. But don't get disheartened that you did not win an award. As I said, you came to the stage and you performed. That is the biggest thing. Good afternoon to one and all once again. It's my proud privilege that I got the opportunity to give away the vote of thanks today. Dear parents, you know the mantra of our school is success for every child. And for that, we are launching and we have launched many programs like Brain Gym. Then today, this public speaking competition. We have launched a program in collaboration with Infosys and like that, many more. Why are we doing these programs? As I said, we want to ensure success for every child. Parents, the job market is changing. You might be thinking, why Mrs. talking about the job market? My child is just 4 and 5. Yes, I'm talking because we want to ensure that each of our students, they become future ready, right from this age of 10, 11, that means at the age of classes 4 and 5. How the job market is changing? They're looking for people, those who can think critically, those who are better problem solvers. And that is why we have launched this Brain Gym program. And believe me, 2 skills which will be dominating is the IT skill and most importantly, the communication skill. Now, to ensure that all our students are IT experts, we have launched a program for senior classes, that is for 6, 7, 8. We have launched the program in collaboration with one of the biggest company, Infosys. And the most important skill which will dominate each and every field, whether in terms of any field, whether your child is going to be a future engineer, future doctor, future anything, one skill which will dominate, like which will ensure the success in whichever field your child is, the communication skill. And for that, we have this introduced this communication skill or public speaking classes right from the early age, class 4, and today is the competition. Mr. Roy is the mentor or the trainer for these classes. Parents, we are launching so many programs, but who is the guiding force? Who is doing the research? Who is supporting this program? Who is telling us that these are the things can be done? It is our CEO sir and our president ma'am. Our president ma'am, Mrs. Janet Gaspar Chaudhary, and our CEO sir, Mr. Amitabh Chaudhary. They're always there to do this research, constantly thinking what else, what new can be done to ensure success for each of our child. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am, for guiding us to the correct path so that we can achieve success for each of our students. Thank you, judges, for spending your time with us and all valuable tips which you all have given. I'm sure each one of our students have taken a note of it and they will be definitely working on those. And next year, they will be better speaker. So student, as ma'am said, practice, practice, and practice. And you know practice makes a man perfect. So keep practicing. I want to thank our principal ma'am, who is always there. So many, as I said, we are launching so many programs. So it is our principal ma'am who is ensuring that all these programs which we are launching are successfully handled by all our teachers. We have a very strong team of our HMs, coordinators, and teachers for which we can do so many activities, so many competitions, the events or the projects which you are launching. It is the team, this is the strong team who is ensuring that all these things are being done correctly. Let me share with you one more incident. That just 2-3 days back, one of the ex-student came to school. He was saying, Miss, we get so many opportunities in school, but all of us do not avail. So dear parents, my request to you all, that it's not that all, there are few may not be sometimes doing the classes regularly or not attending, not doing suppose brain gym or whatever. So my request to all of you, that school will keep on creating this kind of opportunities for our students. Please ensure that each of our students is availing those opportunities, and then only finally each of our students can be a successful one. Thank you so much. Thank you everyone. Thank you Mr. Roy for guiding our students and training them for the event. Thank you everyone. Over to you, Shomita Miss.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for this informative speech and also for motivating our kids. Now we have reached the end of the program and it is time for the school anthem. Dear students, even though you're at home, I would request you all to rise up on this occasion.
Leadership, loyalty, sent a girls, singles marching ahead.
Thank you so much for joining in. Stay safe, stay protected. Goodbye. I request everyone to please log out. Thank you.
Thank you.